Hello, my name is Wallace Stover. I completed 2 years of undergrad at Riverside City College, and then I went on to get my bachelor's degree in social sciences at Chapman University in Orange County, California. Began my career in education in 2004. Started as a sub and a long-term sub. I then worked as an intern in high school, teaching intern in high school. I've taught earth science, physical science, chemistry, geography, U.S. history, and government at the high school level. I got out of education for a few years, and but on the side, I was still doing some adult education. I was doing GED prep for TANF, which is Temporary Assistant for Needy Families, with the Saboba Indian tribe. So students that did not graduate high school, they would come to me uh, for class a couple of days a week, and I would prepare them for to take their GED. Recently, past 3 years, I've been working as a permanent site sub in South Bay Union School District, and it's an elementary school district, and I've been spending a lot of time in the special day classes, but I have done everything from TK to eighth grade for the past 3 years. But again, I've been spending a lot of days and time in the special day classes. Because of these past few years, I've grown attached to those classes. So I plan to teach a mild moderate class, hopefully K through third, but I will be looking for anything in the mild moderate elementary setting. I became interested in teaching uh, in high school. So I worked after I completed AP chemistry. I then worked as TA for my chemistry teacher. The following year, my senior year, I was a teacher's assistant, and I really enjoyed preparing the labs and doing all the prep work for my teacher. That's what when I first knew that I wanted to be involved with education. I have always been a teacher and a coach, going back as far as high school. Now I'm just planning to enter into a new area, is all. My belief is the purpose of education is um, to help people or the youth to obtain skills and tools that help them to acquire knowledge that will assist them in becoming competitive in the world and being part of community. Uh, what I hope students get from education, me personally, I hope to inspire students to become lifelong learners. I am a lifelong learner. Even when I'm not in school, I'm constantly watching videos, learning new things. So I try to inspire students to enjoy learning and want to learn, and and then I'm trying to give them the tools and skills for them to be able to access knowledge themselves. The mindset card that I identify with most is the share, don't sell. Um, in the past, my first go around in education, I have to admit I was a bit of a know-it-all. Thought I was, you know, smartest person in the room. But with age and wisdom, you learn that you don't know everything. So there's many ways of doing things, and if you use share, don't sell um, mindset, it just opens up more collaboration. Other people are more willing to work with you, and I even want to use this with students as well, not just colleagues. I want to share with students instead of telling them how things are. and invite them to use their own opinions and their own mind to think about things. Implicit bias is an attitude we can develop towards a group of people based upon race, gender, age, sexual orientation, or religion. This attitude can be either positive or negative, and we can develop this attitude by social interactions throughout our life, also through the media, and even through our education. Our brains wire social shortcuts basically, and we develop these biases subconsciously, and they drive our actions towards these groups of people. It is important to recognize our biases, our implicit biases, because if we don't recognize that we have them, then we cannot take steps to eliminate them. Implicit biases can be very detrimental in education. If teachers continue to be biased in their classrooms, they can alienate students. They can make students feel that they are uncared for or even unsafe. Also, implicit biases will have a profound effect on punishments and rewards. So, certain groups of students may be punished more harshly for the same types of misbehaviors, and certain students may be rewarded um, more often or with better rewards for same types of behaviors. I feel that many of the liberatory design mindset cards apply to implicit bias. The card that I feel most applies is the practice self awareness card. If we practice self awareness, then we might be able to see that we have implicit biases. And like I said before, we have to know that we have implicit biases in order to do something about them. In my opinion, the three most important roles of the teacher would be the prompter, resource, and the organizer. The prompter stays out of the student's way. The prompter encourages students to explore and create and offers support when students get stuck. As the resource, the teacher has information, but is only given when consulted by the student. As the resource, the teacher should show students how to use resources and how to determine if those resources are credible. These two roles I chose because I believe it is empowering when you information on your own or learn something on your own. And I want to give that to students. The third role, as the organizer, you plan the activities and lessons. This is probably the most important role because ultimately you guide where the learning is going, and you're basically determining what is going to be learned. The liberatory, the libertarian mindset card that I feel most closely relates to the role of the teacher is again the share, don't sell. I do not know everything. I'm not the end all be all. The goal is to create learners that are self sufficient. It is important for students to be able to find information and determine if that information is valid and do this on their own. The first and most important principle will be my own conduct. I will be a positive role model in my classroom community. I will set expectations for my students and I will model those expectations myself, ensuring an environment of equality, safety, and support. To build this community, I will set aside some time for students to get to know each other, for students to get to know me, and for me to get to know my students. I will then devise a plan or strategy to ensure that my focus, both positive and negative, is evenly distributed throughout my classroom community so that students cannot feel picked on or singled out or left out for that matter. My plan will definitely be based on positive reinforcement. My classroom will be an environment where I will encourage the behaviors that I desire. I will limit my focus on punishment, picking and choosing the behaviors that must be addressed to preserve our equal, safe, and supported learning environment.